Has Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie's sisterly bond been strained? One tabloid claims that recent stresses for the York family have torn the sisters apart. Princess Beatrice is no longer close with her younger sister, Princess Eugenie. According to the report, tensions have been growing between the York sisters for quite some time, but now they finally reached a tipping point. Things boiled over between them recently, after a good year or so of noticeable tension between the sisters, an insider confides. Word among their friends is Eugenie hasn't exactly been welcoming to Bea's husband. Beatrice married Edoardo Mopelli Mozzi in 2020, but sources say Eugenie was always skeptical of the Italian aristocrat. Eugenie never quite trusted him given he was previously engaged and already had a child, the tipster dishes. She's been cool towards Edo and Beatrice has had enough. It's enough to break Beatrice's heart given that Eugenie has been her best friend and confidant for her entire life. But romance isn't the only place Eugenie and Beatrice don't see eye to eye. Apparently, the sisters are also divided on the subject of their cousins, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Eugenie loves Harry and Meghan and fawns all over them constantly, the snitch whispers. Beatrice finds it grotesque given how they've treated her granny. Beatrice is a traditionalist and thinks the Sussexes got too big for their boots. Princess Beatrice is worried about her sister's closeness to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. After all, she can't help but think that the Sussexes are just getting on Princess Eugenie's good graces to get information from inside the palace. Be's worried Meghan and Harry could betray that trust, as they've already shown they can do. The fact that they need Eugenie more than she needs them is a major red flag for Be, the source said. Besides, Princess Beatrice could in theory take on a new role on behalf of the Queen as she falls ill, as other members of the royal family who would usually serve in the position are incapacitated, a royal biographer explained. Royal author Hugo Vickers explaining Princess Beatrice could become the next Councillor of State. He explained there had been 6 people in the role who keeps the business of monarchy going. But there now exists only 2 viable options, and said Princess Beatrice would technically be the next option due to the line of succession. Speaking on Good Morning Britain, Mr. Vickers reflected on the Queen's illness and what that means for the wider royal family. He explained the councillors of state would normally step in, which include Princes William, Charles, Harry, and Andrew. However, due to recent events, Harry and Andrew would be unable to carry out their role. Mr. Vickers explained, if the monarch is unable to perform her duties, it used to be 6 councillors. They used to be the Queen Mother and Prince Philip, well, they're no longer around. So as you rightly say, it's the next in the line of succession and 2 of them act as a quorum. So obviously, it would be Prince Charles and Prince William. Prince Harry is automatically excluded because he's living abroad. And I do agree with you that if Prince Andrew is undertaking no royal duties whatsoever, it's ludicrous to suggest that he might be a councillor of state. So at some stage, they probably ought to address that, in which case the next person, in theory, would be Princess Beatrice, who would be perfectly capable of being a councillor of state. They don't have to do very much, but there are certain things that they can't do. But they just keep the business of monarchy going, if you see what I mean, in the absence of the monarch, either abroad or through illness.